Anybody can tell me what they want to say about her singing. I've been singing forever. Ooh. I am classically trained. Y'all are not. So I don't really care what you got to say about Beyonce singing because I have my own opinion.
Speaking of hating, man, we talked about Beyonce with Cincinnati, man, and he we had a conversation. He saw Beyonce live. He gave us his review. We talked about your statement you made last year about Beyonce not being able to sing.
Okay, he gave us that's not exactly what I said, but okay.
Yes, that's what the clip said. I think he literally said Beyonce can't sing.
That's not what I said, but all right.
Regardless, you doubled down on it when he was on the show, even though you haven't seen her live. He said he thinks she sounds beautiful. So he actually went to the concert with his sister. Cincinnati man did a show with his sister to follow up and had a response for your take.
Yeah.
Do you want to clear up your take before you play the audio?
You know what? Yeah, I will. So I just want to be clear. Beyonce can sing. She's one of the greatest performers of all time. But when you compare her to the greatest singers ever, she does not meet the bar. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I think she's got a very strong voice, but in terms of her ability to do a variety of different things, jump through all the different hoops as a singer, it's just not there. And that's fine. You don't have to be the best of the best. If you've got the whole package that's, better than the crowd. So this is what I Am Cincinnati Man and his sister had to say.
Hey, this is Bryan. Hey, he's her. This is his expertise.
Has he seen her in concert?
No.
Now, what does seeing her have to do with hearing her?
Would you just...
You didn't go to the show. What are you talking about?
However,
She said, did I see her at the concert?
I'm sorry.
You heard her first.
It's not that serious. No, she sounded better live. And like I said, it made me cry when I heard her. Like, it was
the voice of an angel.
She does sound better.
Made her cry.
She sounds good.
Yeah, there's the studio voice and then there's the live version. She could do both, but it's just it was something more with the live version, and then the band helped also.
Interesting. Hey, this is Bryan. Hey, he's her.
Deep review.
I mean, if you don't go to see her concert, you don't see her perform live, it's hard to form an opinion. I mean, it is very impressive when you go. I've seen Beyonce live, and honestly, I always had a good opinion of her, vocally, because she sings a wide range of pop music, R&B music. She can really do anything, honestly. But yeah, I would say seeing her live, you have a new you would have a new respect for her performance wise. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's just not your preference. But what do you take from his sister doubling down?
I mean, I think everybody has their opinion. I think that's fine. And listen, I'm sure that seeing Beyonce live is a amazing experience. I believe that, but I'm not talking about seeing her. I'm talking about hearing her.
No, she's saying if you don't go to a concert, you don't hear her or see her live. What are you talking about? You're trying to be semantics.
No, I'm not trying to be semantics. I'm just saying, hey.
You literally are saying she's talking about. She's saying if you don't go to a Beyonce concert, she's not talking about if you visually see her.
Listen, anybody can tell me what they want to say about her singing. I've been singing forever. Ooh. I am classically trained. Y'all are not. So I don't really care what you got to say about Beyonce singing because I have my own opinion.
You started listening to Beyonce when? Like what, 2010?
I mean, probably. It's not. Everybody heard Destiny's Child. Like it's not. That's not anything new to anybody.
It might be new to you if you were listening to her stuff. I mean, I grew up with Beyonce and Destiny's Child, and I feel like a lot of other people did. You didn't really listen to secular music until you were a teenager, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. My ears aren't different though. What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. You might have
how long
ears.
I listen to something. Think about it. When you listen to something over and over and over, don't you become more accustomed to it and start to like it more? There's songs that you listen to the first couple times, you're like, oh, this isn't it. And then over time, it starts to grow on you and become catchy and become ingrained in your brain. So you start to like it more.
Good songs, yeah.
Not even necessarily. There's songs that maybe it just doesn't hit right for you the first few times, and it takes time to get accustomed to the sound and, you know, start to feel the vibe of what that artist was trying to get over to you. I think that's different from what we're talking about right now.
I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about with that. Honestly, it's confusing. But hey,
exactly, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, you're not. You're not making sense, is what I'm saying. Like, you're not making sense. Like, what are you saying? You're saying you're describing something about listening to a song over and over, and then say that's not what we're talking about. It's like, what's the point of saying that if that's not what we're talking? I don't understand.
You brought up the fact that I haven't listened to Beyonce for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with my opinion on her vocal ability?
Because you're not as well versed in her catalog is the point. And if you see her live, she kind of goes through. I don't know about this recent tour because I think it's like, you know, heavy into like her recent album, which, you know, I already said I'm not a big fan of it. So this isn't my cup of tea. But I've seen her live back in 2014 where she did a lot of her throwbacks. And, you know, I like her first 2 solo albums a lot. Actually, I really like her first 3 or 4 solo albums. After that, not really into her music. And I feel like a lot of her new fans are into like the last 10 years of Beyonce. But hey, you know, she's still a legend. You know, she did the Super Bowl. Shout out to Beyonce. And shout out to Cincinnati man and Cincinnati woman. Cincinnati sister. I don't know.
Cincinnati sister. I like that name. That's a good name for her.
Cincinnati sister, yo. But yeah, you know, we got some feedback on the longer form video on YouTube. Everybody, you know, check out our YouTube. You know, subscribe. You know, on YouTube we have like shorts every day. You know, we have like longer clips where we go through all of our topics. Yeah, I mean, you know, like we have all types of content, yo. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow, and share.
That's right. That's right. We are there, and send us some DMs. Let us know what you think about some of the topics we've talked about, whether it's Menendez, D-Wade and Shannon, Usher being at the Super Bowl, or even if you want to run it back and let us know what you think about Beyonce and her singing.
Yeah, or Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. You know, we cover it all here on No Chill Life. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Spotify. Follow on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Like
All the apps. We're everywhere. We are everywhere.